you win. And his evaluator is me. Yes. Are you going to stand and tell us what his speech is all about?
His speech is called, I Want What You Want. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different types of negotiation and strategies that can be used when negotiating. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of a past or future negotiation in his or her life.
Please welcome Mr. Ewan.
Finally, I said yes. It was after a long negotiation in my head. Toastmasters. Last year, after I was completed my term as Pathways Ambassador, I was no longer an officer at the club level or at the area or district level, and had no duties or responsibilities to Toastmasters at all. I was free. I had time to work on my own speeches, to work on whatever topic I wanted to talk about. So what I did is, I went home, I opened up my laptop, and I started to think about what I'm going to talk about in my speeches. So I stared at my laptop, I stared at it some more, then I went on the internet, right? That's where you go for inspiration, the internet. I watched some speeches. There were a few speeches. There was one that I really liked. Wow, she was good. I want to know more about her. So I checked out her YouTube page. She has a YouTube page. And I looked through her old speeches. And she talked about different things, not necessarily things about Toastmasters, personal things. So it was interesting to see what she likes to talk about. So I went and digged a little bit deeper, saw that she had a Twitter account. So I saw what she tweeted. It was the same thing that I saw on her Facebook account. Yes, I'm friends with her on Facebook. And she also has an Instagram account. I didn't have Instagram, so I didn't know what she posted on Instagram. Now I do. So she posts little videos that she doesn't post on Facebook or anywhere else on Instagram. I found out all these things about her. I found a new inspiration last year. You might know her as Mona J. Smith, the world champion of public speaking. I've done a few speeches about her already, and you might hear a few more. I know Alvin's probably sick of it now. He's doing it in Sunset Speakers as well.
I'm not sick of it.
Oh, you're going to hear some more. Then you're going to be looking forward to this year. So I will be speaking on what I want to speak about. And that's where I'm coming from. That's my side. On the other side is the Palm Beach Advanced Toastmasters Club. There was a message that went out that we needed someone to be the Vice President of Education. Someone to make sure that the meetings are organized, that the agendas are filled up, that everyone is participating, that we're all working towards our goals. If we're not doing that, if the club doesn't have members to do that, and the club doesn't succeed, that's the other side, the Palm Beach Advanced Toastmasters Club. That's what that side means. So in any negotiation, there are three possible scenarios. You have a lose-lose, a win-lose, and a win-win. If no one stepped up to be the Vice President of Education, we're going to have disorganized meetings. Everyone's just going to show up and say, oh, I'm going to do this, I can do that. Yeah, I got a speech in my pocket. Yeah, I got another speech in my pocket. Week after week, everything is organized. The 8 people you see here today might not want to do that every single meeting, and people might start dropping out. The 8 of us might turn to 5 of us, might turn to 3 of us, might turn to just me. I'll be speaking to myself. And so I don't want to do that anymore. And if there's no meetings, the club loses because there's no more meetings. And then, what about the speeches that I want to do? I said I want to do speeches, that's where I'm coming from. But if there's no meetings, then I lose. So that's a lose-lose. So I didn't want that to happen. So the next scenario, say I become the vice president of education. I jump into the role, I email everyone, what do you want to accomplish this year? What speeches do you want to do? What roles do you want to fill out for the next agenda? I know we have different ideas of how to make our meetings exciting. What themes do you want to do? So I can get involved and help the club along. But being involved in all that takes away time from my speaking. Then the club wins by having someone who's dedicated to be the vice president of education, but I lose because I don't get a chance to speak. That's the second scenario. The third scenario is I jump in to be the vice president of education. I have ideas for theme meetings. In the future, there will be a meeting featuring the world champion of public speaking, Ramona J. Smith. It will happen. We are going to make it happen. We're going to have lots of exciting meetings. And I get to keep on speaking like I'm speaking to you tonight. I can give speeches as I normally do. I can keep participating in a contest like I want to do and I normally want to do. Toastmasters. I want what you want. In negotiation, it doesn't have to be either or. It can be yes and. Yes, I can be the vice president of education. And you are going to hear me speak about Ramona J. Smith more and more. I'm excited about what this year's going to come. And I am glad I had that little talk in my head and I decided to be the vice president of education.
Good. You're always good. Thank you. Let's give him a hand again.